Hey everybody. So I had a few minutes before work, so I was going to just do another deplorable monologue. I'm going to try to, I'm kind of keeping my eye on the clock so I could try to keep it within a certain amount of time because when I'm passionate about something, I do tend to ramble. And there's a few things I'm passionate about. Definitely my faith, definitely my family, definitely Alabama football, animals, and our president, President Trump. So here we go. So today's topic will be why deplorables voted for Donald Trump. And before I tell you my personal view, let me just read you a statistic because I'm tired of hearing, but Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, so she's the real president. Well, let me tell you something about the Electoral College. The 2016 election, and this is actually, I wrote this down from Yahoo News, so it's not Trump Tower memo of the day or Kremlin Times. This is actually Yahoo News, so feel free to Google it. We deplorables actually do research. So the 2016 elections highlights the reasoning behind the Electoral College. If there was no Electoral College, the 100 most popular counties, just 3% of the total counties in the U.S. would determine every election. In fact, Obama only won 22% of the counties in the U.S., and Clinton won only 15% of the counties in the U.S. Trump secured victories in at least 83% of the counties in the U.S. He won 2,600 counties compared to Clinton's 500. So that, I think, is an important statistic for those who keep saying, oh, but he won the popular, or she won the popular vote, because we know better. Just look at the electoral map. Just look at the picture, red, blue of the votes on that 2016 day in November. And we know that the vast majority of the United States of America voted for Donald Trump. So, I can remove my glasses. So why did I vote for Donald Trump? I know that this will come as a shock to most liberals, celebrities, pundits, Democrats, whatever. The Russians had nothing to do with my votes for Donald Trump. I voted for Donald Trump because I saw over the 8 years of Obama, had nothing to do with his race, had everything to do with his policies, that I saw destroying the fabric of our country day after day after day. And you know what? I didn't revolt, I didn't tear down buildings, and I didn't, harass people on the streets. I didn't, accost his cabinet members. I didn't do any of that. Neither did any of us deplorables. We literally had to put up with it. And we had to have it forced down our face by the disgustingly liberal mainstream media who held them to account for nothing. So why did I vote for Donald Trump? Because of Barack Obama. Why else did I vote for Donald Trump? Because of Hillary Clinton. Not because she was a woman. Not because she didn't know how to dress and wore the most hideous pantsuits. Because of her policies. Pardon my dog. I consider Hillary Clinton to be one of the most evil, immoral, corrupt human beings that walk the face of this earth. I thought that for many years. I followed her stories as Secretary of State and how she used our government as Secretary of State to funnel money from all over the world to her Clinton Foundation. And, if you look into the Clinton Foundation, it is not a charity. It is a slush fund for the Clintons and their cronies. And she used our government to do that. And we paid her salary the whole time. And there was nothing we could do about it. And apparently there is still nothing we can do about it if the Democrats have their way. But I pray each and every day that Hillary Clinton will be held accountable for her behavior and her crimes. And I voted for Donald Trump because he's one of us. Because he fought tooth and nail despite everything that was against him. The mainstream media, the rhinos, the celebrities, the vicious and vicious attacks against him, all that they did was made me realize that he's one of us. He speaks like one of us. He's not polished. He's not, they say Barack Obama is one of the most wonderful orators. I don't see that at all. I see him changing his tone depending on who's in the audience. He changes the cadence of his voice. That's not genuine. Hillary Clinton can't even read off a prompter with any kind of personality. She has no connection with we the people. As a matter of fact, we know how much she hates us. And it didn't take the WikiLeaks emails to expose that. It just put the final coffin in the nail of her political career, is what those WikiLeaks emails did. And the one thing about the emails that people don't realize is that they were all true. They weren't fudged. They weren't manufactured. What they did is they exposed the truth behind the Democratic Party and the DNC and all of their hatred of really the deplorables who voted for Donald Trump from sea to shining sea, with the exception of those huge counties on the coasts. And, you know, we voted for Donald Trump because he is a businessman, because we see how decades of corruption in the U.S. government has only promoted them from within their elite circles. It does nothing for us. It does nothing for the middle America. We work our butts off. They take our taxes, whether we like it or not. We don't know what they're going for. We have no say in what they're going for. But we have to do it. And they use it. People say that the government people are public servants. No, we are the public servants. Those of us in the private sector. They are living off of us. The reason they stay for as long as they stay, for decades and decades, is because it's a good life. It's because, don't think that they're giving up and, sacrificing so much to be in public service in the government. Maybe the bottom rank and file are, I don't know, but the ones at the top, not so much, and we know better. And it took Donald Trump to show us that and to expose the corruption. And like I said, I was, in my past video, I was a staunch Republican my entire life. I'm not anymore. I'm an independent because I didn't realize the corruption in D.C. went far beyond the Democratic Party. Now, they're all, they're the poster child for the corruption in D.C. But there's a lot of Republicans that are right there along with them. So I am no longer a Republican. I'm a Trumplican. And we, as deplorables, elected a businessman. We did not elect a lifelong public servant who felt like it was owed to them that they were the president of the United States. Like, yeah, they've done a lot of good for us over the years. And, we could see that firsthand, how bad it had gotten for us. And, Donald Trump survived everything that was thrown at him. The fake news, beyond on steroids, the accusations, I'm going to do other videos about taking the labels one by one, because not only do people think that Donald Trump are those things that don't have a clue, they think we're those things too, and they don't have a clue. So that'll be another day. But Donald Trump withstood all of those attacks, and don't believe the polls. The polls are nonsense. I didn't realize what polls were until now. And the 2016 election, when you hear all these pundits and they live off of the polls, and I know that, Trump also mentions polls, but I think that's just because of the people that surround him. Tell me, now maybe in the past, maybe years and years ago, polls could be reliable. But so you have a country of, let's say, 320 million people. So these pollsters, who most of them are from liberal-leaning, very liberal institutions and, education system, and Fox News is included in that. And they can call, did you know that a poll was maybe 1,000 people? And there's no landlines anymore as much. So how in the world, there is no yellow pages of cell phones. So how do they pick their, you know what I'm saying? Like, how in the world can you call 1,000 people out of 320 million and think that accurately depicts the view of all of us? It doesn't, I've never gotten a call. I would love to have gotten a call from a pollster. And not only that, they put their bias into the questions. So if you think that after Barack Obama's 8 years that he's one of the most popular presidents, no, that's not true. And you know what? I look at the rallies. I stand with Donald Trump. I see the wonderful people that, it's funny because I heard Juan Williams on the Five say that reporters fear for their lives at the Trump rallies. Well, that was after I watched the Indiana rally, and what I see is thousands upon thousands of people who are happy, who are patriots, who are wearing their red, white, and blue, young, old, black, white, males and females, children, elderly, many, many people from all walks of life. And they look like me. They look like all of us deplorables, because that's what we are. That is who's in there. We're happy. The only time that there's any drama or, fear is when one of their protesters does their shenanigans or whatever and, looks ridiculous, by the way. And, yeah. So they say CNN sucks. Oh my God. Our president has been, oh my God, so much. I can't even, that'd be a whole nother topic about the things that have been said about what should be done to Donald Trump and his family, his supporters, his cabinet. It's despicable. And all it does is make us stronger as one person unit behind our president. We stand not behind him, we stand side by side with him, because unlike Hillary Clinton's slogan, I'm with her, Donald Trump, he's with us. He's our president. He's a president for we the people. We put him there, and we're going to keep him there. So keep it up. We're ready for the fight. We ain't going to give up. So anyway, time to go to work. I hope y'all had a blessed Labor Day, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.